Hello everyone. In the last session, we have learned what is randomization. We have learned that random test benches are necessary for effective functional verification and cover complex functionalities with a minimum effort. We have seen as the design grows larger, it becomes more difficult to create complete set of stimuli needed to check their functionality. Of course, one option is the directed case, but efficient one is to create the constrained random tests. A directed test finds the bugs which we think that they are there, whereas CRT finds the bugs which we never thought about, and that can be done using the random stimulus. And also we have seen which are the different inputs to be randomized, like device configuration, environment configuration, primary input data, encapsulated input data, protocol exceptions, errors and violations, and as well as delays. In this session, we will start with randomization in System Verilog. The random stimulus generation in System Verilog is most useful when used with a OOP. We first create a class to hold a group of related random variables and then have the random solver fill them with the random values. So as the name itself indicates, randomization is nothing but to fill the variable with the random values, and those variables are to be declared into the class. Therefore, we need to create the class to hold these particular random variables. We can create constraints to limit the random values to legal values or to test specific features. Constraint in the sense, we can push the constraint as this value has to be between 10 to 50. Then the random solver or the values which are assigned to that particular variable will be only between 10 and 50. So the constraint can be put on each of the variable in the randomization. It is as per the requirement of the designer. We will see that with the example. Simple class with the random variables. Let us see this example. Here, class, I told you all the random variables are declared into the class packet. The name of the class is the placket. Then rand is a keyword as well as randc is a keyword. And what are these src, dst and data? They are of the type bit and they are declared as rand. So similarly, kind is also of the data type bit 7:0 and it is declared as randc. Now what is the difference between rand and randc? These two are used for the randomization. But there has to be some difference between rand and randc. As we have discussed, randomization in the sense the random solver assigns the random values. When we use the rand, the assigned values may be repeated, whereas when we use randc, the assigned values will not be repeated. Only when all the values are completed, then only it will repeat the values. That is a basic difference between rand and randc. We will see that with the example, then it will be more clear. And then we have the constraint. So what is this constraint? I told you the constraint is also the keyword. And this C is nothing but it is the constraint identifier. Now what is this SRC greater than 10 and SRC less than 15? It means that the SRC value will be between 10 and 15. A constraint is just a set of rational expressions that must be true for a chosen value of the variables. Therefore, in this example, the SRC can take the value between greater than 10 and less than 15 and end class. Constraint is a keyword, rand is a keyword and randc is a keyword. These two are used for the randomization, and this is used to put the constraint onto the variable, onto the randomization variables, and these are to be declared between the in the class. So this is class packet and this is end class. Now next is packet P initial begin. So this packet equal P is equal to new. P is declared as a packet. P is equal to new. And then we need to randomize this P. So P dot, this has to be done as P dot randomize. And you should know that randomize is a function tries to assign new values to random variables and to make sure that all the conditions are satisfied. Conditions in the sense, if the constraints are put, those conditions are to be satisfied. So that is the functionality of the randomize. See which are the new keywords we have learnt here. Rand is a keyword, new keyword. Randc is a new keyword. The difference between rand and randc. Rand can, in the rand, when we declare it as a rand, the values may be repeated. When we declare it as randc, randc is a rand cyclic. Until all the values are completed, the values are not repeated. Constraint is, if you want to put a constraint on any of the variable, that can be done using the constraint. So this is the C is nothing but it is a constraint identifier, and this is nothing but it is the constraint block. And constraint is the keyword, and this has to be defined between the class and the end class. So next is the program starts with the declaration of the packet, that is name of the class is the packet, packet P, initial begin, P is equal to new, and then we need to randomize that. So randomize is the keyword. When we say randomize, it assigns the value to the variables satisfying all the conditions. And then this is transfit P and end. What we have to understand here is these variables how to use rand, randc, constraint and randomize. Now this program has 4 random variables. Which are those 4 random variables? SRC, DST, data are declared as rand and kind is declared as randc. The first 3 use the rand modifier so that every time we randomize the class, the variables are assigned a value. Think of rolling dice. Each roll could be a new value or repeat the current one. So in rand, the value may be repeated. The kind variable is randc. Here the variable name is kind and it is randc, which means random cyclic, so that the random solver does not repeat a random value until every possible value has been assigned. That is a basic difference between rand and randc. The randomize function returns 0 if the problem is found with the constraints. Now let us see one example which will be more clear between rand and randc. See, it is again class packet rand, and this address I have taken in short as ADDR. This address is declared as rand end class, and module initial begin packet pkt is equal to new, and this loop is repeated for 10 times. I is equal to 0, I less than 10, I plus plus, and packet has to be randomized, pkt dot randomize. Then here dollar display, this address is equal to 0x percentage 0x packet dot address, and end, this begin and end module. Now when we declare it as a rand, what will this address value will be? See, this address takes 3 bits, that is from 000 to 111. See, for example, let us say when the iteration is done for the first time, this address may have the value of 1. So when it is done for the second time, this address may have the value of 3. When it is done for the third time, it may take the random value as 7. So any value between 0 and 7 it can take. But when we declare it as rand, again the value will be repeated. So again when the loop is repeated for fourth time, the value may be again 3. So 3 was initially assigned. So again the value may be 3, or again the value may be 4. 4 may be twice, or 5 may be twice. Anything may be twice. That is what is the meaning of rand. Any random value may be repeated also, that will be assigned to a particular variable address. So since it has 3 bits, the values will be from 000 to 111. It means that the value will be between 0 and 7. Let us see what is RANDC. The difference between this program and this program is, here it is RAND and here it is RANDC. I told you RANDC in the sense random cyclic, and everything else is same. Address is again 3 bits, and when this is executed, till all the values are completed between 0 and 7, the value will not be repeated. Even though the loop is repeated for 10 times, the value has to be complete. All the values between 0 and 7 are to be completed. Then only the repetition of the value happens. That is the basic difference between RAND and RANDC. See, initially it may take the random value as 1, then 3, 5, 7, anything it can be. But all the values between 0 and 7 are to be completed. Then only it can repeat the same value. But whereas when we go for the RAND, then the repetition of the values occur. When we go for RANDC, there will not be any repetition until all the values are completed for assignment. Next is constraint details. Useful stimulus is more than just random values. There are relationships between the variables. Otherwise, it may take too long to generate interesting stimulus values, or stimulus might contain illegal values. We define these interactions in System Verilog using constraint blocks that contain one or more constraint expressions. System Verilog chooses random values so that the expressions are true. See here. Class bad. The name of the class is bad. And what is declared? Son of the data type bit size 31:0. Next, constraint C teenager. Constraint is a keyword. C teenager is the constraint identifier, and this is the constraint block. Now, whenever you have to use the constraint with particular variable, this variable has to be either rand or randc. Whereas with this case, neither it is declared as rand nor it is declared as randc. Therefore, the simulator throws the error and it should be either rand or randc. So therefore, the name of the class is given as bad. So this particular program throws the error because the son is neither declared as the rand nor declared as the randc. So whenever this constraint is to be used, that particular variable has to be declared as either rand or randc. The randomize function tries to assign new values to random variable and to make sure all constraints are satisfied. In this example, since there are no random variables, randomize just check the value of the son to see if it is in the bounds specified by the constraint C teenager. Unless the variable happens to fall in the range of 13:19, randomize fails. Remember, whenever you define a constraint or when you use the keyword constraint, the variable has to be declared either as a rand or randc. Otherwise, the simulator throws the error. Next is constraint introduction. It is constrained random class. The name of the class is stem. So constant bit 13:0 SRC congest adder equal to 42. It is the name. Then enumerated data type is declared. Then this STEM-T type is declared as RAND-C. And similarly, length, LEN, SRC and DST are declared as RAND. Next, congestion test is declared as the data type bit. Next, we have constraint. Constraint is a keyword. The constraint identifier is CSTEM. What is the constraint given? Length has to be less than 1000 and length has to be greater than 0. And also this SRC has to be between, or you can say it as this inside is the keyword which defines what values the SRC has to take. The keyword inside checks whether the given value is within the range specified. With System Verilog, inside operator, random variable will get values specified within the inside block. So what is the inside block here? SRC is the name of the variable. See here, SRC is the name of the variable and it is declared as the rand. And what SRC, it is randomized, means it can take the random value. But still we are putting the constraint onto that particular random value. What is that constraint? This SRC should take either 0 value or between 2:10 or between 100:107. So this inside is again the keyword. So it has to take these values only, between these values only. That is the advantage of using inside. If you want to select the values with respect to the randomization, then use the keyword inside. Then again if congestion test, then DST has to be inside congestion address minus 100 to congestion address plus 100. So this DST should be within this range. Then SRC is assigned with the congest address and end class. So what you should know here is what is inside operator. Inside operator is nothing but the values of that particular variable should be within that particular or whatever is assigned within the range specified with respect to the inside. Next simple expression. There can be maximum of only one relational operator. So relational operator may be less than or equal to, greater than or equal to or greater than in an expression. See here. Class rand bit 7:0 low, medium, high. So this low, medium, high are declared as rand. And constraint is constraint bad. Name of the constraint identifier is bad, means it is not correct. Where we are using more than one relational operator, low, less than, medium, less than, high. But what is the case? There can be maximum of only one relational operator in an expression. Here how many relational operators are there? There are two relational operators. Therefore, this can be used as constraint variables to be in the fixed order. So class order, low, medium, high are declared as rand. Constraint good, low has to be less than medium and medium has to be less than high. So this is the correct way of declaring this particular expression. And that has to be declared into the class. Class order and end class. In between class and the end class, all these are to be declared. We will continue in the next session.